Hiya. You alright?
Nice setup there, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. Right, better start again. So we've left our sheltered moorings at Shebdon Embankment. That's about just under 1,600 yards long. It's funny this country's funny really with regards to measurements. Hi. Narrowboats particularly are in feet and inches. Everybody quotes them in feet and inches. You don't get people saying it's 8.3 meters long, and you know it's always 57 foot, 60 foot, 65 foot. And it's the same with when I see all these embankments and that, and I know that where we've just come from, it's just under 1,600 yards. And I don't use meters. I don't know what it is on the boat. It's all very weird. And yet, if you get your shell, it's 10.64 in millimeters, 15.64, 12.64, 12.654. It's never measured in inches. And it's quite unusual really, all the mix-up, which is generally in this country anyway. We half of us use metric and half of us use imperial. Very soon we're coming up to one of the canal network's most authentic, very old pubs. Again, it's quite strange for us that we're not frequenting, but until normality returns, like we've said before, we won't be going in pubs.
Not very closely.
The anchoring is near Bridge 42. Yes, we've been in quite a few times. Bought a couple of souvenir t-shirts as well. In fact, we have quite a few stories about this pub. But no doubt there's still people will be visiting, so they should be getting the business. Very soon we're coming to a place known as Grub Street Cutting. It's always very dark there. I don't think it was designed that way, but it seems to be every time we go through. But that is a cutting, or an embankment it is, what's 80 feet high. But you'd never think so when you're going through. It just looks like an everyday normal piece of canal. Sometimes all the vegetation around and the trees hides a lot what's gone on in the past. Those who have watched us for a while, or anybody who comes across us, we've said before we don't do this boating, narrowboating, with the intention of getting any form of money from adverts or anything else, from donations or anything. I was just thinking, we don't do merchandise, you know, we just don't, we're not bothered about things like that. We are passionate about boating, and that's it. And what we do, we just want people to watch what we do and hopefully enjoy. But if I'd have been thinking about merchandise, and I was going to do a cup, somebody would have beat me to it, and they'd already done one for us. And here it is. What a waste of time that would have been. One thing for certain, it's a big mug, not me, this. And I'll tell you what, I bet it's a quarter of the price of one with a picture on. That's for certain. Much better value. We are now in Grub Street Cutting, and like I said to you before, 80 foot high sides, and you can hardly see any. It is truly amazing what was done during the Industrial Revolution and the creating of canals, even though the Shropshire Union was completed more or less at the end of canal building. It was a bit late in the day and struggled for quite a while, but eventually it started to make money for a bit. Perhaps when we're trundling back, I'll tell you about the decline of the Shropshire Union and why it was a good job it turned into a leisure canal. You could say it was a little bit green around here. A few years ago when I come up, I used to describe lots of areas of the Shropshire Union as a tunnel of trees. And I think I can call this area that as well. It's absolutely lovely. Very soon we'll be coming up to Norbury. We're not going any further, we're turning round. And that's because we're trying to cram in a few other canals, you know, what we like. I suspect it will be quite busy, but we're just stopping for water and get rid of the rubbish, and we'll be turning round and coming back down the Shropshire. Couple of old working boats at the front as well as we go past. I wonder if there's space enough for us to turn round. If not, we've got a few hours trip to the next turning point. A bit of manoeuvring now in a tight spot to turn round and get going back, but we'll sort it.
Stand back where I go. Yes. Right. Stand back. Stand back. Look, stand back long enough to inside.
Especially without using the bow thruster.
Not too many revs, just take it nice and easy. Didn't bother using the bow thruster, just use the breeze to make it easy for yourself and hone your skills that way. Far too many people rely on bow thrusters these days. We have one, but I don't use it that much.
Only when my legs are too short to reach.
Only when your legs are too short to reach, yes, that's right.
Just give you a time check.
After turning round at Norbury Junction, I thought I'll leave that little bit of history till we next time come up, which hopefully will be next year as we can cruise further afield. So we've turned round and we're slowly but surely making our way back down the Shropshire Union Canal. I know the weather turns in a couple of days to horrible rain and gale force winds again, but for now we're making the most of it. Bernadette does steer, for all those who think she didn't. and does it very, very well. I'm at the front for a little bit now. Let's see if I can do any views down the side of the boat or whatever I come up with. I don't know. Quite happy for Bernadette to carry on, because I know she's as safe as I am. Found your pot of gold yet?
Oh yeah. Already on my way.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Diamond one now.
When we came through that bridge, you'd notice in the middle there was like a very short telegraph pole, and that's been left there on purpose, because for many, many years along the towpath there was telegraph poles all going down to make certain people had communications, but quite a few years ago they were removed. But time changes, doesn't it? Because what happened next was all the towpaths have been dug up and fibre optic cables were put in, so the communication connections are still there. God, I don't know, I give you some good facts, don't I? The skies are starting to go black now. Yeah. Go and get the refreshments. Yes, excellent. Thank you, Bernadette. Yeah, I think heavy rain is forecast in the next hour or so. So I'll make the most of my filming.
Keith,
Yeah.
do you want a pint of prop wash?
Yes, please. That'll go down very well.
Okie dokie.
We've just passed the anchor again on our way back. The rain stopped, I think, for a little bit. Fingers crossed.
Unbelievably, the rain came down again, and the wind was even stronger. Ooh, felt a bit scared this time. Heard a shout from the stern. Keith, Bernadette, we're mooring up. I thought, very wise move. Let's have a groundhog stay in exactly the same mooring that we'd left. Well, thank you for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could subscribe by clicking the button. It's free. Also, we love your comments. You can like it by clicking the thumbs up, and also please feel free to share it with your friends. Ta-ra!